Did you have some trepidation before you met him then?
I had trepidation about getting.
Was there any nervousness before you met with him? I was anxious because there is aspect to every legend of which the public seldom sees a less glamorous truth behind the lights. For Angie Dickinson, the same fate happened with Ricky Nielson on the set of Rio Bravo. It was the dull periods between takes when Angie filtered through the celebrity and saw the tenderness of Ricky Nielson. It was the kindness, small gestures, that would touch Angie's heart and stay with her. Generally, it is the little things and a warm smile or a soft laugh or one kind word that help form the strongest memories. Angie's story is not only about working with a known star, but also about meeting a person who was human enough to let the world around him feel smaller and lighter, and human, even without the press to capture the moments. Have you ever been surprised by the authentic humanity of someone that was famous? We would love to hear from you in the comments below as we take a peek behind the curtain with Angie Dickinson and Ricky Nielson. In 1958, the sunlit backlot of the Tucson studios was buzzing with excitement as Rio Bravo put together a cast for the ages. For Angie Dickinson, walking into the set as an up-and-coming actress was both thrilling and terrifying. She was surrounded by legends like John Wayne and Dean Martin, while Ricky Nielson, who was already a household name, was one of the newest kids on the block. It was this interesting mix of legendary veterans and new rappers all about to make some fantastic movie magic. Angie's first impression of Ricky was nothing like she thought it would be. Ricky was lauded for his music and wholesome television persona, but his demeanor at the moment was one of quiet humility. Rather than taking on a superior sense of himself, he had a quiet curiosity and wanted to learn from everyone. There was a mutual sense of respectful curiosity between the two newcomers, with each watching and supporting each other as they walked the cabarets as Hollywood movies. While the cameras rolled and friendships began to form, Angie noticed that she was witnessing a rare quality in Ricky, an openness that put everyone at ease. There was no doubt he preferred people over celebrities, so he created a scene where even the least experienced actors felt comfortable. And that first summer together would set the table for both of them, shared in each case with very fond memories. Out of the spotlight, Ricky Nielson proved to be a very quiet force that few could really see from the outside. While some stars preferred to remain at the studio or go to their trailers or to be isolated, Ricky preferred to interact with the crew, smile, or play a little ditty on his guitar. He was never abrasive. All the trouble on long shooting days would frequently disappear because Ricky made an environment where laughs and family could grow and develop. No matter how crazy the schedule got, Angie Dickinson frequently remembers Ricky's unpretentiousness as his biggest character trait. For someone of his stature, he did not act like he was special or above everybody else. He not only did not, but he sought out interaction and conversation with everyone, even if he was talking with a veteran actor or an assistant starting out. Ricky was nice and sincere. It was as natural as breathing, and it changed everyone's daily life who worked with him on set. And as a result, the chain reaction influenced everyone involved. Angie had the added bonus of being inspired not just by Ricky's talent, but by the way he made all of his crew feel valued as well. The littlest things, a laugh, a hand, a smile, were all part of converting Rio Bravo from another movie into a memory that she would keep for life. Sometimes it is small acts of kindness that have the largest influence. Angie Dickinson remembers Ricky Nelson's tiny little things, a quick note stuck on her chair, a word of encouragement before a heavy scene, or a fleeting gaze with her that provided refuge during those exhausting days. These were not large gestures, to say the least, but they were meaningful gestures that said a lot about Ricky's character and care for people around him. The friendship grew dimensionally from these small portions of time. Angie soon found Ricky to be a confidant and an equal, someone who would listen to her and support her when she doubted herself. Their conversation provided more than a script or fame. They both told stories, developed one another, and established a trust between them, which made every obstacle a little easier to face. The Rio Bravo set was more than a workplace because of the genuine connections they made. Looking back, Angie felt the moments we don't pay attention to are the greatest moments, and those moments stand tall against any awards or press. Ricky's humility and kindness challenged her to think of a new way towards what it means to be a star. For Angie, the memories of those little human gestures would stand out as the most valuable lesson in her Hollywood experience. For Angie Dickinson, Her moments with Ricky Nelson on the set of Rio Bravo were much more than a fond memory. They shaped her vision of both her work and her colleagues. Ricky's understated personality demonstrated to her that real influence isn't through fame or accolades, but how you treat the people around you. Ricky's unfailing respect, willingness to listen, and gentle praise were standards that Angie kept as she continued her career. Angie eventually started to build her resiliency from the environment. Ricky's generosity helped build a setting that valued kindness just as much as talent. Angie often would tell others that Ricky brought a sense of belonging to the set, noting that the biggest legacies are rooted in kindness and authenticity. Ricky's leading by example was always a reminder to her and everyone who worked with him that a good heart leaves a lasting impact long after the lights fade and the cameras stop rolling. For viewers of the film Rio Bravo, Ricky Nelson might have only looked like a pretty face in the film. However, for Angie and everyone who knew him personally, his real legacy lay in his kindness, his integrity, and his genuine concern for people. This is a lesson that still inspires us and reminds all of us that true greatness is found in how we lift each other up, one small act at a time. Ricky Nelson's legacy lives on not only in popular songs and movies we consider classics, but even more in the hearts of the people he touched with his kindness and humility. Angie's memories remind us that the greatest stars are those who shine for who they are, and not just their notoriety. What can we learn from Ricky's story? Maybe it's as simple as the fact that small acts of kindness and a gentle spirit can get the job done for the greatest impact. If you were inspired by Angie's and Ricky's stories, please remember to give a thumbs up, comment, and share your favorite memory. And subscribe to hear more stories from Hollywood's golden age. Your support is so important for keeping these loving memories alive for the next generation.